What's up, groovy guys and girls? My name is Kaya.faris. This is the Open Mat Podcast, and I have a very special thank you to give for all of you for watching the videos. One of my videos with the Black Belt Brian DeMiro is almost at 200 views, and I'm very thankful for that. And then also, we hit 40 subscribers, so we're getting there, guys, one step at a time. Thank you very much. And today we have another very special guest, and if you'd like to introduce yourself, guest.
My name is Santiago, and I started going to jiu-jitsu last July.
Okay. Do you like it a lot? Is it something?
Yes,
that
I
you're
enjoy
attached
it. I truly enjoy it.
to? Okay, awesome.
enjoy
I'm
it.
glad to hear that. So I know you've competed before. And we're both Marines, so
Yes.
rah to all the Marines
Rah.
out there.
Rah.
If you'd like to get you into it, if you want to tell us your life story, so to say, from when you were a baby till like all the way to now.
Okay. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico till I was about almost 9 years old. Then my family moved to the United States. Started going to school here in the 4th grade. Lived in South Florida till I was about 18 years old. And from then, I decided to go right after high school into the Marine Corps, which I love, by the way. And I went in, I graduated 2002. Right after graduation, graduated in May. That October, I shipped to boot camp. And I did 4 years from 2002 to 2006.
Oh, okay. Wow. Oh, wow. That's 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and you said you were from Puerto Rico?
Yes.
What's Puerto Rico like?
Oh, it's a nice island. It's
Yeah.
really nice, laid back island life. It's a lot different than here.
In what sense?
Well, as far as the community sense, as far as the people around, people are more. You definitely talk more to your neighbors there.
Oh, really?
Than you
Okay.
do here. I did realize that, even though I was small when we left, but there is a lot of neighborhood feel, like you actually do get to know your neighbors and hang around with the kids, and everybody plays outside.
It's cool.
So it's a lot more laid back. It's a lot less materialistic.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, as far as the living it was good, you know, but the financial situations in the island, that's the harder part.
That's what makes it rough to live there, you
Yeah,
think?
that's what makes it
Okay.
rougher to get there.
I do notice when I traveled out of country to Japan, and I'm sure you notice this too, every time I go out of the United States, everybody's very friendly.
Yes.
It's just everywhere. I don't know if it's because we're Americans or because I'm an American, but it just seems like in general, the general populace of the world is a very friendly place to be
usually.
outside of America.
I've had the same experience, and believe it or not, other countries are just a little bit more polite than America.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunate, but that is usually how it goes.
Yeah. And then you said you were in the Marine Corps. What'd you do in the Marine Corps?
I was infantry.
Hell yeah.
311.
That's a hard MOS, man.
Yeah. 311, 2 combat deployments in 2004 and in 2005.
Any crazy, like, notable medals?
Our unit got a lot of medals.
Okay.
I myself, I got combat V.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing crazy. We got a lot of combat action ribbons.
Yeah, car. I was going to say.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. I got 2 of those.
Okay. Cool. So, you have you are happily married now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, and you have 1 kid or 2 kids, or?
I have 3 children.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No
I have
wonder
3
you're so
children.
busy all
Yes,
the time.
3 children, and my youngest one is about to be 14 this month. My oldest one will be 18 in August,
Really?
and my son will be 17 in October.
That's great, man. I'm so happy to hear. You were saying something before the podcast started about your kids, and in particular, like right before we're about to go to competition, you have your daughter's birthday, which brings me to a objective that I usually discuss with my guests. How do you find the balance with family, jiu-jitsu, and work? And what do you kind of do to balance all that out?
Well, To me, I self-sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
I put everybody else first, especially my family, and then when I have time, I'll do things for myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been able to find time now that my children are a lot older, so they're hanging out with friends and stuff like that. So I'm at a time in my life where I can do things like jujitsu.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to, but just been insane busy, especially when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
But now that they're older, they're doing their own things with friends. It's gotten a lot easier. So.
Do you feel like when you started the family, like when you first started growing the family, do you feel like it was way harder with the first kid or harder with the third kid or any particular order? Or do you just think it was like you were growing as a father and then into that it kind of became easier because you
I was a young father at 22.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
Basically, right out of the Marine Corps, I was a father.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I love it.
Yeah.
I love being a dad.
That's good.
Yeah, I love being a dad. Coming out of the Marine Corps and coming out here is two completely different things. And I guess the work ethic from the Marine Corps crossed over here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was working 2 jobs and taking care of my kids. And I didn't see it as a problem. I never seen it as a problem.
Yeah.
No, it got tough at times.
Of course.
But overall, I think after the second child, when my youngest one was born, actually got easier.
Oh yeah, you're like, I know how to do this now.
Yeah, you start off with a big old bag full of things with your first child. By the third one, you got a bag this big.
Yeah, nice.
You realize what you actually need and what you don't need.
Nice. Yeah. You were talking about work. What do you do for work?
I work for Pratt Whitney, and basically, it's hard to explain, but do you know what a car dyno is?
No, tell us.
Okay, so a vehicle dyno is where people will take their car and they'll strap it down, check horsepower, check the engine.
Okay.
I do that for jet airplanes.
What?
For the jet engine.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun job.
How did you transition from infantry into jet engines?
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I've always loved to tinker and fix things and build stuff.
Oh yeah, so I guess it was kind of like flowy for you.
It was flowing for me. So I went back to college at 30 years old. Got my degree in electronics, and then I got an internship with the water utilities at instrumentation technician.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I got hired on by a contracting company to work at Pratt.
You're a Lockheed Martin guy? I'm joking.
No.
Yeah, I'm joking.
We're Pratt Whitney.
Oh, okay. I like to make jokes about prior Marines being Lockheed Martin because so many of them, they want to go work for Lockheed Martin and BlackRock and all the contractors.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do all that.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great job. It's technical, 50-50 hands-on and computer stuff.
Oh, wow.
So basically, I help install and troubleshoot instrumentation that goes on the engine, and then we gather the data when we start testing.
Mm-hmm. If you would, because we actually have a lot of Marines that watch this, because all my Marine friends are on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and stuff. What do you, if you had to give advice to anybody in the Marine Corps now, what would it be?
That's a great question. I don't know how the current Marine Corps is being.
You don't have to. It doesn't have to be current. It could just be like life advice too. It doesn't have to be Marine Corps specific.
Just enjoy it, man.
Yeah. Enjoy
it. Learn as much as possible. You're gonna make lifelong friends. Real brothers. Just enjoy the journey, man. When I was in the infantry, you heard of the green weenie.
Yeah.
Right? That's a very common term. The green weenie, man, we're getting it again. And
working party.
And, field day.
Yeah.
And just.
You don't need this mattress.
Learn to enjoy the suck.
Yeah.
When you start enjoying the hard stuff, you realize, man, I'm actually doing something pretty damn cool. that a lot of people don't get to do.
Yeah, after I only realized that after, man, when I got out, I was like, I did some cool shit. You know, I didn't like go to any combat deployments or anything crazy like that. But like, who at 20 years old goes to Japan? Who? Nobody. Like, you know, so it gets better, man. I would definitely say
It does get better, and it's all what you make out of it. You know, we used to wake up 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock, PT formation, and we're running 5 miles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at that time, oh, it sucks. It's horrible. But I say about the third year I was in, I was like, man, I get paid to work out.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I get paid to work out, to stay in shape, and you know.
I mean, granted, you do stuff in the Marine Corps that sucks. No one's gonna put that past anybody, right? Like field day sucks. It's terrible every time, 100% of the time. Blues inspections are terrible. I understand why they're done. That doesn't mean I have to like them, you know?
Yeah.
But it's absolutely, I would say towards the end of my 4 years as well, I was like I was a hater when I was in the Marine Corps for like the first 3 years. I was a shitbag Lance Corporal all the way to the end, right? But
you were salty Lance Corporal.
Yes. I was so angry at everybody because I was so like fucking, I was like fat and sad, you know, then I got out and I got in shape. And now I'm like, man, I should have just been like happier when I was in because it was a good experience and it gave me so much. I would even say discipline. It gives you so much discipline for anything you want to do.
Absolutely.
Like jiu-jitsu, for example, for me, I love doing jiu-jitsu because I have the discipline to come into class every day and still enjoy something, right?
Yes.
On the jiu-jitsu topic,
Yeah.
You've competed before.
Yeah, first competition was a while back. I can't remember when it was. It was actually like
long.
4 months ago.
That was my first competition.
Yeah, 4 or 5 months ago, something like that. I loved it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the things that a lot of Marines, when they come out and they I miss that competition.
I was about to say the same thing.
You know,
Yeah.
I miss that. Definitely miss that, and just staying sharp, trying to stay sharp, and jiu-jitsu humbles yourself.
Yes, and I don't want to say, because people misconstrue, everybody thinks all Marines are like, I mean, a lot of Marines are like violent killers, right? But when you get out of the Marine Corps, you have to go back to being not that.
Yes.
So I think jiu-jitsu and MMA and all those fighting sports, I think that helped me a lot.
Yeah, it's a great outlet.
Oh my God.
It's an outlet to let that out.
Yeah, it was good. I think it's definitely something that should be like pressed a little bit more in the transitional period for Marines getting out and stuff.
Absolutely, and I think for men in general. Nowadays,
yes, yeah.
You know, this society has pushed men down so much, they don't want us to be men anymore.
Yeah,
and
it's just rough.
This is a great way for us men and women,
yes,
you know, to stay in shape, to learn a new skill, a very good skill, and stay competitive, you know, for whatever you want, for self-discipline.
It's good for so many things.
Yeah, for
so
a lot of
vastly
things.
Good. It's like I'm gonna get in shape, have self-discipline. I can do something I enjoy. I can, you know, from that, you know, aspect for the self-discipline building, it's definitely really good. And even like having the outlet, and you were saying something about men with the kind of like the rough space that is becoming for men right now, and women, obviously. It's just it's like we're separating. Everybody's arguing all the time.
Yes.
And it's like having something like jiu-jitsu that brings everybody together, or even when I say that, like something that brings you together. Like, I'm not religious. I don't go to church. I'm not Christian. I'm even like so scientific and logically based. I'm like, I used to be like, religion is dumb, and I'm like, I'm just happy that everybody has a place where they can be happy together.
Yes.
And that's kind of what jiu-jitsu is for me. It's like I see so many people happy doing the same thing, you know? But yeah, your competition, I can't remember if you won or lost.
It was a draw.
Oh, that's right.
So
yeah.
I take it as a loss.
Okay.
But
that's humble.
Yeah, I take it as a loss.
Yeah.
It was my first comp, and I was going against Marco, a great guy, Great guy.
I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. I know he lives close to like the Boca area.
Yeah, he's close to Miami, isn't he?
Probably.
I think Coach once told me that he was Miami resident.
Oh wow. So yeah, I can understand why he doesn't travel that far.
Yeah.
Great guy. Was a very good experience. To me, I learned how bad I was in fighting shape.
Yeah.
Like my gas tank ran out a lot faster than I thought it was going to. Yeah.
I was watching you.
2.5 minutes in, I was like, whoa, okay. This is not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's the, that I always say, because I told AJ this and I told the other podcast guests this, I amount the first competition. If both of you are first-time competitors, it's luck.
Yes, absolutely,
because
absolutely.
Everything is an adrenaline dump.
Absolutely.
You're gassing out 100% no matter what. I don't care how long you rolled for.
Yes.
If you haven't competed, it's a different ballgame.
It's a different ballgame.
You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. That's yeah. I was gonna say, seeing if you were agreeing to that statement, because a lot of people seem to be in agreement with that statement. Are you watching UFC 300 tonight?
I don't know. I don't have any real plans. I mean, my kids are at home. My wife's at home.
Yeah.
So
we're having a viewing party at AJ's at like, what time is that? Like 8 or 9. So
okay.
You just have to do that. But anyway, back on the topic. When you were integrating out of the Marine Corps,
yes,
right? What did you find to be the biggest difficulty for you personally? And then from that experience, what would you tell Marines to do in the future for that?
Well, I'm trying to keep it away from like the stuff that I had to overcome from combat.
Yeah, you don't have to talk about that if you don't want.
Man, just dealing with people.
Yeah.
That is probably the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna come out here and you're gonna see people bitching and whining about the dumbest things, and you realize you've felt and you've seen the bigger picture of things. And when you come out here and you hear people whining about dumb shit, you're just like, shut the hell up.
It made me want to be like, get a life, but I know that's like not the right answer to help somebody solve a problem.
People crying and whining about dumb stuff, and it's like, you don't have any idea what's going on around the world, man.
Yeah.
You have no concept of what's going around the world.
It makes you very. It makes you see in a bigger way than you did before you were in. Because Jesus, even like the jump from going from high school to in the Marine Corps, which I also did, was like, oh my God, there's so much going on everywhere. You know.
Yes.
So, yeah, that was definitely something.
Just, I know for a lot of Marines, the anger part is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Have a goal. Have a goal before you get out. I know a lot of guys, they get out because they're tired of it, or, you know, they're tired of the green weenie, quote unquote. But just have a goal. Have a goal when you get out. Work towards that, whatever it is. If it's to get in shape, if it's to get a better job, just have a goal in mind and work towards that and focus all your energy towards that, because it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult coming out and then figuring yourself out. Who am I now? What am I going to do with myself? Where do I fit in this civilian world? And it's very difficult, and a lot of guys still struggle with that nowadays. Mm-hmm. So my biggest thing, I focused on my family. That was my biggest thing. Once I started focusing on that, everything else just, you know.
Yeah. So you were saying it's a good outlet, jiu-jitsu is a good outlet and stuff. Why did you start doing jiu-jitsu initially? Like, what was your drive and motivation to come to Coach Doel and like start?
I came to Coach Doel because of a coworker.
Oh, really?
A coworker of mine recommended him, and he does gi jiu-jitsu. But
okay.
he had a friend that went to Coach Doel, and he's like, hey man, you should really go to this place. You know, it's a good environment. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it out. Went for my first free trial, and I was like, oh, I love this. I love it. It has so many aspects that I was looking for, especially at my age. I'm getting up there. I'm 39 now.
Damn.
So,
Just joking.
yeah, no, I feel it. I feel it. Trust me, I feel it. I feel it in my joints and my bones and everything else. But one of my goals was I hate cardio. After I got out of the Marine Corps, I despise cardio.
Me too, brother.
So I was like, I have to figure out a way to do cardio and have fun.
Yeah.
And I found jiu-jitsu. And one of the reasons is that I could have fun, be with other people that like-minded.
Mm-hmm.
That school is great.
Yeah.
Great people, there's no egos.
Which I love, by the way.
It's an awesome place to train. Awesome place to train.
Yeah.
Great coaches, great partners in there. Everybody's very humble, willing to work with everybody, and I really enjoy that part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's important to stay in fighting shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
especially for you, because you have a family.
Yeah, especially for me, because I have a family. I have to stay in fighting shape. At least that's one of my goals.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't understand what fighting shape is until you get into a fight.
Yep, 100%. I agree with that 100%.
A lot of people have this concept of, oh, I'm gonna do this, and that, until you get into it, and you're lucky if you last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Street fights, you're lucky if you last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So, jiu-jitsu is one of those sports that you can go 100% and still, not hurt somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You can still tap out.
Yeah.
Right at that point. So it's a sport that you can push and train at 100% with a lower rate of injury.
Have you done like kickboxing or MMA or anything like that?
No, I haven't. Not before.
I strayed away from that because A, I don't like getting hit in the face, and B, I get too angry if I get hit in the face. I don't like. It's just not worth it. It's not worth I don't want to have to ride that balance in kickboxing. That's not fun for me,
Yeah.
I don't want to have to I have to control my rage every day. It's like
I did boxing when I was younger.
Yeah.
I did it for a couple years.
Mm.
So I loved it. I enjoyed it too. And then that was a period in my life when I was younger. Probably 15 to 17. I did it. And I enjoyed it. Got a lot out of it. But as you get older, like you said, you want to try to mitigate the punishment that you take.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially head trauma, getting punched, breaking your face. I want to try to stay away from that as much as I can.
Yeah, I was so excited because I think when you first met me, I was 232. Now I'm 194.
What?
Yeah. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's big. But when I first met you, we were like the same kind of weight.
Yes.
And I was like, yes, finally, somebody who's my weight, right? And then we would roll all the time. I was like, yes, Carlos is here every time you came in, which is super cool, man. But have you rolled with Armani yet?
Yes.
Good. How do you feel?
Man, he's got a lot of potential, man.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
He's young, super athletic, and very smart.
Yes, he is.
Very smart. He gets things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's very tricky too. He's good at baiting people from doing shit.
Oh yeah.
And he's gonna compete on the 27th as well. So
he'll do well.
I can't wait.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
Yeah. I mean, you know where to find it. It'll be streamed live, I'm sure. If you can't make it, obviously.
Yeah, if I'm able to, I'll try to make it as an observer.
You'll be able to watch it on Instagram.
Yeah, if not, I'll watch it on Instagram.
But yeah, him and also Adrian. Adrian's not competing at this event, but Adrian is competing at Naga in May.
For his first competition?
Yup. But he's doing kids, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's so I don't know if you know this. At Naga, if you're an adult, you get a belt if you win. If you're a kid, you get a sword.
Oh, wow.
So me and Adrian made a deal. I said, if I win and I get that belt, and you win and you get the sword, we can trade. Because I want the goddamn sword, man. I'm telling you. I would take a sword over a belt any day.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants a fucking belt? So I'm sure you see in this room, I have a lot of cool Marine Corps stuff. Or a lot of cool coins and stuff.
I see that.
Do you have a ton of coins?
I do have a lot of coins.
You're so cool. I want a ton of coins.
I do have some coins.
Yeah. Do you have any that you any memories that like stick out to you when somebody gave you a coin?
Yes, when I was promoted to sergeant, I got a coin that was from corporal to sergeant.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I do have that one frame.
That held in here.
Yeah.
I have a coin on there. There was a range that we used to shoot for LAVs called Range 500. And I like shot super high and it was like way above the rest of the battalion. And the battalion commander gave me a coin.
Oh, wow.
In the field out of nowhere. He just snuck up on us while I was doing Jim Carrey impressions. And he's like, he just looks at it, he just pokes his head in the tent at the back of the vehicle. He's like, "What are you doing in here?" And he goes, "Faris?" And I was like, "How does he know who I am?" You know? I was like, "Oh, I hope he doesn't, get mad at me or whatever." But nah, he gave me a coin. That's a cool experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I never got to see the corporal rank, unfortunately. But
I picked up corporal meritorious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after
Nice.
my second deployment, after my first deployment, and then I picked up sergeant about 8 months before I EAS'd.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I picked it up
crazy.
pretty quick.
You know that we can't promote the sergeant anymore, right? Like in the first 4 years, you can't promote the sergeant.
You can't?
No. That's why the retention rates are so bad right now.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't promote to sergeant. You're not allowed to get like a black belt for mixed for what's it called?
The McMap?
Yeah.
I did know that.
Yeah.
I know you can get up to a brown belt,
Yeah.
but yeah, not a black
So
belt.
you could be like an insanely excelling corporal, and then that's it for your first 4.
There's no meritorious.
You have to you have to reenlist.
Wow.
How weird is that though? Why?
I wonder why with such
They
low
said
numbers.
the reason is because everybody would pick up sergeant like towards the end of their term, so it was kind of like dumping money into somebody who was going to get out anyway. So they were like, you're paying somebody more for the higher rank, but these guys are just going to get out, so why? Which makes sense, I guess, financially, but for like if you wanted to like motivate Marines to, shoot for the stars, like why would you take that away? But
Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, it's weird. But that's me guessing why they did it. I don't really know.
I mean, it's not like it's a lot of money.
No, it's not really. It's not like a crazy increase.
Another $200 if you're lucky.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot about living on that paycheck. Blitz corporal paycheck, man, that was crazy.
Barracks life.
Ooh, I hope I can get a snack from the MCX today.
Nah, it was.
Oh Lord. Yeah. What's your favorite jiu-jitsu move? If you have one.
To be honest, because I'm still pretty green.
Mm-hmm.
I like calf slicers for some reason.
That's scary, Carlos.
I love calf slicers. I was able to pull a couple off the bottom, which is hard to do, and I don't know. I like calf slicers.
Yeah, they just speak to you.
Yeah, for some reason.
Well, also, if you calf slicer, if a big guy calf slices a big guy, it hurts way more than if a little guy calf slices a little guy. Yeah. Oh my God, that's scary, man. I thought you'd be like Americana,
No, I mean I like all those when they're there.
Yeah.
When I find them there, I'll take them.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized that I need to work more on wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
The standing back up. I'm still working on connecting my legs with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I want to get up, but my legs are still down. So I need to work on that. I need to work on some wrestling, and some more takedowns. But I'm starting to like the leg locks, rear naked chokes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to choose, one of my go-to moves is like what do you call that?
Which one?
The leg lock, the basic leg lock.
Straight ankle lock?
No, not straight ankle lock.
Heel hook.
No, it's. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot the name of it.
Toe hold.
It's not an actual lock. It's like the figure four with your legs.
Oh.
Lockdown.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so the second I learned that, and I learned that I can get bigger guys off of me when they're putting like top pressure with the lockdown.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I need to learn routines and moves off of this because I got good at it to the point where I was able to tap out two guys just doing a lockdown. Yeah.
Like you fully extended and
fully extended, and they try to move up, and I grabbed them and I pulled them up, and they were like, oh.
Whoa.
You know, they were tapping. And that was the first time I was like, okay, I can tap somebody this way.
Yeah.
And then just learning, I want to learn more moves off the lockdown.
Yeah. There's a bunch of, Coach was showing me some of them because there's like, they're called different things. Like one of the lockdowns is Alcatraz, and then there's reverse Alcatraz, and that's like, depending on how you variate your legs, and on top of that, there's like the triangle lockdown is different, and so there's a bunch of different lockdowns too. And my favorite thing to do from lockdown is sweep. See, when you get the sweep, if you get the sweep, you're straightening them out.
Yes.
Right away. There's no knee shield. You know?
That was another thing for me because when I first started, like I was going up against Joe. That dude is
a monster.
Stupid strong.
Yeah.
Like just stupid strong. And I was like, damn, I'm gonna have my shit cut out with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he always got on top and always got on top, and I'm like, I gotta figure out a way to get this dude off of me. And once I learned the lockdown, just the basic lockdown, I'm doing it, and that's the only way I was able to roll him off a few times. Mm-hmm. And I started doing that with the other partners, but
yeah,
it's hard.
I love them though, man. They're fun, and on top of that, Joe's like not easy to roll over.
No, he's not.
He's big.
He's not. He is a very difficult guy to get on his back.
Yeah, I think, were you here when Tim was here?
Yes. I had the pleasure of being the highest I've ever been in my life.
I think Coach told me about that the day after it happened.
He picked me up and my head almost touched the ceiling. And I was
nah.
Like, yeah. I was like, oh, whoa, 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 like put me down, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, no.
I think that reminds me, one of my friends, when I first started jiu-jitsu, or like when I found out about what jiu-jitsu was and like fight sports in general, where I was still at my security school for security. And he's like, we were doing some like rolling stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna turn you into a human baby. I was like, or like a adult baby. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And he's just like bodying me. Like there's nothing I can do because I don't know any jiu-jitsu, right? And that's when I was like, all right, I gotta, figure something out. And I feel like when I was rolling with Tiny Tim, it was like the same feeling. It was like I do not stand a chance against this man.
No,
there's no way ever, right?
There's things for people that big.
Yeah, and yeah, self-defense. Yeah.
Yep.
But Coach is like, yeah, you gotta go for his ankles, and I'm like, not in a million years.
His ankles are this big.
I know.
How are you gonna go for that?
That's what I'm saying. Well, Coach can do it because he's like a black belt for forever. But for like us, it's like
that's the first guy I felt like I weighed 100 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm 240.
Yeah.
And that dude tossed me around like I was 100 pounds.
He taught me how to do mother's milk properly. So that's why I do it. This guy tried to mother's milk me today. His name's Trevor. He's cool. He's new. He's newer to this dojo, but he's been rolling for like 10 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he came from Texas, and he's kind of like he's here now because he's got a job out here or whatever. But he tried to mother's milk me, and I put my hand over my nose because that's how you block it. It's like to help you breathe. And he's like, come to mama, and I was like, no.
I saw the pictures, man. I was like, oh no, I wish I was in that class. It was a deep class, man. There was a lot of people.
Yeah, there was this is one guy, super new. I think this is his first day. Like first off, people coming in on comp class for your first day is crazy, right?
Yeah, that's gonna deter him pretty quickly.
Well, he's big and he wants to get in shape. And I think today he learned that this is definitely a way for him to get in shape. He, poor guy, because he's bigger, so he's got to roll with us, the bigger guys. So it's me, RJ, Nick, Trevor, who's like pretty much a brown belt, and Jonathan, and this guy who's like, this kid's probably like 230. He's like big.
Okay, so he's in my weight class then.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything about jiu-jitsu. He held RJ down forever with just weight, and then he goes to hold me down, and I just swept him. I don't even like know what I did. I swept him, and then I went straight into like I went to mother's milk him, and I went, no, he's a trial class kid. You know, I was like, I can't. You know,
I'll save you for later.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, come back. You know, so I got off of him, and I was like, okay, I'm not doing that. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to make it next Saturday, definitely.
I hope so, man.
Yeah,
we missed you.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying this. I was battling freaking kidney stones that just put me out.
What is that like? Without being too detailed.
I have to say that's probably the worst pain I've experienced.
Ever? Damn.
Ever.
No
I've been
way.
kicked in the nuts, kicked in the face.
Me too.
Dude, I've taken nasty falls on motorcycles and stuff like that, and nothing comes close to that kidney stone pain.
Really?
Nothing comes close.
Was it the kidney part that hurt? Like your back pain?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I heard. Yeah. Yep. Did they give you medicine for it?
Medicine really doesn't do much for it.
No?
I went to when it was really bad. I drove myself to the hospital, and they gave me morphine.
Great. Thanks.
It felt good for 30 minutes, and then after that, the pain came right back.
You're like, oh, I'll take more morphine. No, that's not how this works.
Nope.
Yeah.
So you just gotta ride it out, man.
Damn.
That's it. That's the
pass.
That's the bad part. And I had a kidney stone 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
I didn't even know I had one. And the pain was so bad it made me throw up.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
It makes you throw up.
Ow.
Like that bad. And you can imagine me pale.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
That'd be pretty bad.
You can imagine me pale.
And then this time, it lasted. The pain was just horrendous. There's no comfortable way. There's no comfortable way you can get or be to make the pain subside. It's just there's nothing you can do. Suck it up.
That sucks. I remember you were in a few times and you were like, you were like, my back hurts. I was like, what? I was like, Carlos, don't roll with your back thing, you know?
Yeah.
And you told me what it was, and I was like, oh, you know? I was like, I can't believe you made it to class, you know?
I pushed myself because I was like, man, I already missed 2 weeks. But apparently I passed 2 stones.
You're crazy.
In about 2 weeks. And then starting the 3rd week, I had another one that was kind of stuck. And I didn't know. So I felt the pain. I was just like, no, I'm going to go to class. And then I think I went on a Thursday with Coach Jake was there. And we were doing takedowns.
Fuck me.
A couple of times I was slammed, we were getting slammed on the mat, and I got slammed on that side, and it almost like felt like it moved it.
Yeah.
And that pain came back, and I'm like, well, nope, gotta go home.
Yeah.
And that lasted a whole nother week. And then I went to the doctor, got checked out, found out I got 2 more stones.
Of course.
Which I'm gonna go get treated. And that's
Damn,
it.
What are your kidneys doing?
I have no idea, man.
Marine Corps time? Little Marine Corps experience?
No, I was never really a big drinker.
No?
No.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea.
Not really with the party crowd guys?
No.
Unless you're a meritorious corporal, I don't think.
Yeah, not really. But I mean,
that's just, I'm saying that because that's what they say causes it. A lot of the times it's alcohol.
Yeah, no, not a big drinker at all. Never really been a big drinker. Or I've never really smoked, nothing like that. Don't smoke cigarettes.
Nice.
So I have no idea what caused it, to be honest.
Damn. Just came out of nowhere, huh?
Came out of left field.
That's awful, man. That's actually awful.
Yeah, it is.
When you were going through your recovery phase, did you have? Okay, for me, because I don't remember when I got injured, but I was like out for like 2 weeks or something. That first week, I wanted to go to jiu-jitsu so bad every single day.
I wanted to go because I've never done a sport where missing one day makes that big of a difference. Especially starting off.
Crazy.
It's like starting back at zero.
Yeah, yeah. Almost. I try to tell people like the hardest part about jiu-jitsu is there's so much in jiu-jitsu. It's going to take you until you're like an experienced purple belt to know everything that exists.
Probably not everything to exist, just have a good base.
Yeah. I don't mean to know how to do it. I just mean to know what it is, I guess, to say that. Yeah, because, I don't know, man. Some of the stuff we were doing Delahivas with Coach Drake, which is where you, like, roll all the way. God, me and Devin were sitting there, and we just couldn't do it. We were sitting there, we were like, I don't know what we're doing wrong, you know? Coach Drake helped us through it eventually, but we were, like, trying so hard to figure it. It's the inverted shit, man.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
I was able to figure it out, but I looked like a newborn deer, you know, trying to do it. Yeah. But eventually I was able to get a couple of good rounds, good practice.
Nice.
Just my biggest thing now is I got to work on my flexibility.
Yeah.
It's one thing that struggling as an older person is flexibility.
I'm fortunate enough to be, I don't know why I'm so flexible, but I can get my foot behind my head now.
Oh, I can't even get close to that.
Why? But it's like, why can I do that? It doesn't make any sense, right? Because when I started jiu-jitsu, I get my foot to my chest, but now I can get it all the way back there, both of them. But it's crazy because, like, how much flexibility in jiu-jitsu helps is very substantial.
Yes.
To what you're doing with it, too.
It just opens up a whole new side of jiu-jitsu that is, you know, they say you don't have to be super flexible, and it's true for a lot of it. But if you are flexible, it just opens up a whole new side of that book.
Because you could do wrestle jiu-jitsu, right? You could just be the guy who, like, I'm going to do takedowns, hold you in topside pin, and then finish an Americana.
Yes.
But you could also be the guy that's like, I'm going to do a forward roll into an ankle lock, you know? And, you know, that takes some level of flexibility. Or like Devin with rubber guard.
Yes. That was getting good. That was getting really good.
Oh, yeah. I am in fear of, like, I am postured up 100% of the time when I'm in his guard. I'm like,
he got me in a couple triangles, and I was like, damn, this boy's getting good quick.
It's over. I figured out triangles. It took me this long. 2 days ago, I figured out what I was fucking up with triangles. So that was my, like, last thing that I, like, couldn't figure out, right, was triangles. I don't know why something wasn't clicking. But that's, like, I guess I got it now, right? I think that probably has something to do with flexibility as well. But yeah, Devin's really good. I think we're all just, like, the level of progression in the dojo is
awesome.
Escalating substantially.
It's awesome because it's like pretty much the same group, you know, that constantly goes, and you can see from when I started, which was last July, to now, it's crazy. It's crazy how good everybody's getting. You know?
Yeah, you're gonna have some really good roles when you come back, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're gonna have Armani, me, and Nick. We're all gonna be able to.
I don't think I've rolled with Nick.
Nick, really?
Nick.
You definitely have.
Nick Garcia?
No, he's the white guy with the beard.
No, I haven't rolled with him.
What?
Oh, older guy?
No. He's like, I don't know how old he is. Maybe like 26.
No, I haven't rolled with him.
You'll like him. He's cool. He's very thankful every time I roll with him, which is super awesome. And look, the only qualification for the podcast is that you have to compete once. That's it. He wants to be on so bad. He asks me like all the time, and I'm like, you gotta compete once. So he's gonna compete at SoFlo.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, him and our.
My goal is to compete at least 2 more times before I turn 40. So
nice. Yeah, that's a good goal. At least that's nice that you set those for yourself like that.
Yeah.
Very very linear too, because you're like, Before this age, I do this,
Yes.
as opposed to just I do this, right? So it's really good. That's a good way of thinking. I was so coach was trying to tap. We were grappling at the end of class. We didn't say anything. We just met on the other side of the mat, and it was like, I guess we're fighting, you know. I lasted a long time, and he was like trying everything with my ankles, man. These ankles are so flexible. It's impossible. I will not in competition tap to an ankle lock. There's no way.
Even a heel hook?
Heel hooks I tap to, not straight ankles. If you heel hook me, it's
Just
a
the
knee.
knee.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And I'm working on knee flexibility, but it's so impossible. It's because when you're working on knee flexibility, it's not like my ankles are messed up because we hiked in the Marine Corps. So we have crazy ankle flexibility. Well, I do because I just got out, you know. But the knees, man, just all the weight and pressure. It's so easy to tap somebody with the heel hooks and stuff because
it's all tendons.
Yeah,
it's hard to make tendons flexible.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Did they give you a nickname yet in the classroom?
No, I don't think so.
I don't have one either. I've been there for so long.
It'll come whenever it does. It'll come.
Yeah. What's his name? Marcus keeps calling me Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
It's so funny, man.
Were you even old enough for that game?
Yes, okay. I would catch the tail end of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would be like 8 or 9.
Oh wow, yeah.
How old do you think I am? Shot in the dark.
24.
22.
22. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, you're young.
Yeah. Everybody says that, man. I didn't realize that. Like some of our other podcast guests, Dakota and Devin, they're 27. Armani's like 24, 25, and then AJ, my buddy AJ, he's also like 27.
Oh yeah,
so
everybody's young.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I so young compared to everybody around me?
That's a great time to start.
Yeah. That's what I was saying too. A guy at work the other day. I want to hear what you think about the statement. I'm not gonna name his names, but he said, he's like, because I was complaining about my hours. I got 16 hours of work this week. Not great. Not for any particular reason. We just didn't have enough hours for me to work, right? So we were talking about like maybe I take a security detail if it comes available, and I like go to New York for 3 weeks to do security stuff over there. And I was like, I don't want to miss jiu-jitsu. And his reply to that was, what did he say? I don't misquote him. He said, you're gonna have to pick eventually between work and jiu-jitsu. And I said, I thought in my head, I was like, what I said was okay, but what I thought in my head was like, you sound like a man who's like giving up on his dreams. What do you think?
There's gonna become a balance. You have to create a balance, and it all depends how you are financially.
Mm-hmm.
What are you able to do? Sometimes, you're gonna have to pick work. Jiu-jitsu is gonna be there.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I realized. Among all the other things, and I travel a lot for work. I travel to Tennessee all the time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For 2 weeks at a time. So missing 2 weeks and then coming back for 2 weeks, it sucks. You feel like you're left behind. You left yourself behind.
Yeah.
But it's just part of life. You gotta accept it, move on. If you're not, this is the way I see that. If you're not the type of guy that wants to go to ADCC, wants to that's their life is jiu-jitsu.
A hobby guy.
If you're a hobby person or just, you want to compete, but you're not striving to be the next UFC champion or anything like that,
mm-hmm.
then I think, take work.
Yeah.
Do what you gotta do. Get your money straight.
Yeah.
And then come back and do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Things are gonna happen in life. You're young. Don't be discouraged. Don't think you're gonna really miss out on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just do what you gotta do, especially if it's a short-term job.
Yeah, I think Coach said this to me one time. He said, because I was like, man, I feel like I'm like missing out because guys my age are in college and partying like crazy and like doing all this crazy stuff. And coach said to me, he said, the parties are the same, the people just change.
Yes, correct.
That's a crazy statement to me. I didn't, think about that. I'm 22, right? My frontal lobe isn't even fully developed, so.
No, that's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
But I was like, damn, that's kind of true. And I was like, I guess I don't have to. I've been very worry free lately because I'm not.
That's good.
I'm not like. I felt like I was so behind, but like, I have a roof over my head. I'm thankful for that. So it's all it's good, man. But it's the part of jiu-jitsu that is hardest for me is like when because I want to do it so bad, and I'm the kind of person who just like I have to win, right? Like I'm crazy about that. So I guess it's kind of difficult to make that balance also with the urge to win, because I want to be an ADCC high-level competitor black belt. Like I want to do that, right? That's why I do this. It's to get my name out there and get, my fellow competitors' names out there, and tell people's life story, get a little behind the scenes of who those competitors are, as opposed to just doing another interview, right? So that balance is kind of hard to find, but it seems like
you're doing it.
Yeah. You're
doing it. The hardest part for most people is managing the finances in a home and and your things that you want to do,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I understand a lot of these guys and like Craig Jones and stuff like that, why he sees things a certain way when it comes to money for jiu-jitsu competitors, because there is no money until you make it up there.
Yeah.
And the percentage of people that make it to that point is an extremely small group.
Do you know that Coach Jake is... I didn't know he didn't have a job. I thought he was just... Because he just does jiu-jitsu. I didn't know that. That's badass, though. At purple belt? What?
I tell you what, man, that takes some balls.
That's what I'm saying.
That takes some balls. To just quit your job and say, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And you put everything into it. Like, I admire him for that, because that's tough.
That's truly a person who follows their dreams, in my
Absolutely.
opinion. Yeah.
Absolutely. He's awesome, man. He's an awesome person.
Coach is a coach, and he also competes. Jake is the definition of somebody who is a competitor to me.
Yes.
He is like, I am competitive jiu-jitsu. Eventually, I will beat Coach. I would think Jake would have to get hurt for me to beat him. He would have to get injured and like be out for months for me to even, stand a chance.
Yeah, because he's getting, he's constantly in that fighting condition.
Yeah.
And his mentality is competition. So
Yeah.
His level of aggressiveness is a lot higher than all of us.
One thing I like that he does a lot when we train with him and roll with him is he, like, for one, he'll grab, like, if he grabs something that's like a heel hook or something, he rips it really fast, right to the point, and it just, I don't even wait, because it makes me so nervous I tap. And I was like, oh, I want to learn how to do that, Because just the mental freaking people out like that is, I think mental is a huge part of jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mental and sleep, too.
One of the things I enjoy now, the little things, is when I started to now, how calmer I am now, especially when I roll.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not winded, I'm not running out. I'm able to do 5, 6, 8 minute rounds rolling. Yeah, I'm tired when I'm done. I'm gassed out, but I went from 2.5 minutes to 5 or 6, 8 round, 8 minute rounds. Like, okay, that's a good improvement. So the ability to control the way you feel when you're rolling. Yeah, that's a really good skill to learn.
Yeah, I think I told Coach when I first got out, I was like, other schools wouldn't take me. I'm violent. Like, I'm just straight up, right? I was like, I'm violent, I'm aggressive, and he's like, well, let's control that. And I was like, let's do it, right? So I think that has definitely changed a lot from who I was when I first got there.
Oh, yeah.
Just like the chill flow state. closing segment. You ready?
Okay.
Okay, this is called the gift wrap. No, I'm not putting you in a gift wrap.
Okay.
Everybody asks, but I have a special surprise for you, Carlos, behind the couch. It's a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, snap. Yeah, I like these colors.
Yeah, buddy. I'm kind of jealous. That's a good
Oh,
one.
nice. They'll fit me.
Okay, I was gonna ask because I was like, I gotta get a big one for this guy.
I like this one.
Yeah. How tall are you?
6'3".
No way. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I brought you a little something.
You brought me something?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Brought you a little something.
No way. Yo, he got the Pentagon? Yo, he brought me a challenge coin. You're the first guest to ever give me something.
All right, man. I figured you enjoy that one.
That's so badass, man. Awesome. Thank you so much, brother.
You're welcome.
Do you have
Add it to your collection.
Yes, I will. Do you have anything you want to say to the guests or to your family or anybody you think would be watching? Closing statements?
I love my kids. I love my wife. I love God, Jesus Christ. Just taking things day by day, Things are getting really crazy out there in the world, as you can see with the Middle East.
Yes, sir.
We just got to stay close-knit with each other, especially families. The dojo and stuff like that, all of us that are friends, stay together, communicate with people, because you don't know each other's struggles. You don't know who's struggling, who's not. If you see something off, reach out to that person. You might make their day.
Yeah.
You might be able to help them out.
Sometimes people wanna hey, how are you can make the difference. People don't realize that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just something as simple as a hello and, hey, do you need something? You all right? It can make the difference that day.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.